Hello, students. Welcome to the sixth chapter, Beginning of the Freedom Movement, Part 1, Standard 8, Subject History. Introduction. English education made mixed effects on the Indian society. The seeds of nationalism were sown by the reforms of newly educated society. Due to the various movements in different parts of India, a favorable situation was created to build a political organization on an all India level, which will bring together the various provincial political organizations, different groups of politically aware people, and to express the aspiration of the nation by diverting the people attention towards the question of the nation. Let us study about centralization of administration. Due to the British administration, its implementation on India brought the nation under one roof in its true sense. Due to identical reforms all over the country and equality before law, the feeling of nationalism developed among the people. For the convenience of administration and swift movement of the army, the British built network of roads and railways. But these facilities benefited the Indians as well. People from different parts of India came in contact of each other. There was increase in communication and the feeling of nationalism grew up. Economic exploitation. The Indian wealth was flowing towards England by all means. Due to the imperialist policy of England, there was beginning of economic exploitation of India. Farmers were compelled to take cash crops, burden of land taxes, continuous famines, all this broke down the backbone of Indian agriculture. Traditional industries declined, which led to the rise in unemployment. The capitalists exploited the worker class. Various new taxes were imposed on the middle class. These led to the growth of discontent among the people. Western education. Due to the spread of Western education, new ideas such as justice, liberty, equality, democracy, etc., were introduced to the Indians. Rationalism, scientific attitude, humanity, nationalism, these principles were accepted by the Indians. Therefore, there inculcated a feeling that they were capable of carrying out the work of the country and its progress is possible by following these principles. India is a country of diverse languages, but with the introduction of English language, India got a new medium of communication. Study of ancient Indian history. The Asiatic Society was established at Bengal by the British. Many Indian and Western scholars started study of Indian culture. The manuscripts in Sanskrit, Persian, and other languages were examined and research was published. Dr. Bhau Daji Lad, Dr. R. G. Bhandarkar, these Indian scholars made intensive study of ancient Indian culture. After understanding that we are blessed with glorious ancient tradition, the Indians were awakened with a sense of identity. The Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute is working since last 100 years in Pune. Role of newspapers. English and vernacular newspapers and periodicals came to be published. Through these newspapers, political and social awakening took place. Newspapers like Darpan, Prabhakar, Hindu, Amrit Bazar Patrika, Kesari, Maratha started criticizing the government. Let us study about establishment of Indian National Congress. On 28 December 1885, the first session of Indian National Congress was held at Gokuldas Tejpal Sanskrit School in Mumbai. 72 delegates from different provinces of India participated in this session. Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee, a renowned lawyer from Kolkata, was the president of this session. In this session, they established the Indian National Congress. Allen Octavian Hume, a British officer, took lead in the establishment of Indian National Congress. Increased proportion of Indians in the administration, reduction of military expenses by the British government, such statements were sent to the British. Let us study about objectives of Indian National Congress. To make the people from different parts of India forget the differences in religion, race, caste, language, geographical territories, and bring them on the common platform to understand each other's problems and views, to increase the feeling of oneness among the people, to take the efforts for the development of the country were the objectives of the Indian National Congress. Let us study about moderate phase, which was from 1885 to 1905. Gopal Krishna Gokhale, Firoz Shah Mehta, Surendranath Banerjee were all moderate leaders. These leaders of Indian National Congress were realistic and highly educated. They were aware that through the organized work, a strong foundation needs to be built up. Western thinkers, philosophy of liberalism, freedom, equality, fraternity, these values had an impact on them. They believed in the constitutional methods. They had a hope that if we demand through constitutional methods, then the British will give justice to our demands. In the session of Indian National Congress, different resolutions were put forward by them, such as to get the representation in provincial legislature, jobs for educated Indians, cutting down the increasing expenses on military, legislature and judiciary should be separated for safeguarding the legal rights of Indians, etc. In the next part of this chapter, we will study about the extremist phase, also about the partition of Bengal, anti-partition movement, and difference between the moderates and the extremists.